Hey, you, we sitting up in the studio now. Get y'all live. Let's talk about some mental health. How we all making it through right now. See what's going on. We about to be live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And we're also live at 88.3 FM Cincinnati, broadcasting from the radio station WAIF. Now let me get us live over here on YouTube. We got about 5 minutes. So y'all gonna get to see me do a little bit behind the scenes work right quick while I get caught up with all these daggone devices. Y'all know how that is. But I just want to make sure y'all get the message of the day because mental health is important and you don't even have to have a problem with mental health. Just how healthy is your mental health? You know, that's what we all need to kind of be aware of going forward with life because life can really take you through it. And it could just be simple stuff too, like so simple. Like right now, I'm trying to set up this live. I do this every week. But now it want to act like a you know what. Every week. But okay, let's see. Is it gonna behave now? I forgot I had the stuff I needed. I left it at the other house and it's just like, okay. Murphy's Law, what can't go wrong will go wrong. Guaranteed. So let me try to set this live up for us real quick. Uh, let's see. Okay, complete post details. I'm trying to do that. Oh, here we go. All right. I'll set it up on Facebook now. And then we'll be live on, what is that? TikTok. So, depending upon where you're viewing or listening from, we want to make sure you guys can get the message and share too. Posting them comments and stuff. We're going to be shouting it out. But I have a time I have to be on the air for the radio show. It's tough. Help. Ooh. Yeah, y'all. All right. All right. Save that. I'm going to go ahead and go live with everybody. Go live. All right. Go live on that one. All right. I believe we're live everywhere we could possibly be live right now. Let's see. I ain't never actually did this live from the YouTube on one of my computers. So this is definitely going to be a different view. Might start doing it like this because I've been using phones. Yeah, y'all go ahead on and jump in the room because we're going to get live in a minute with everything. We about to do this, y'all. We about to do this for sure. Gotta put up the headset. What we looking like? What we looking like? Oh, that shouldn't even be on.
Now we both got on navy blue. All three of us got on navy blue.
That part.
Now you got on navy blue too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She do. She do.
I'm about to put you on Bluetooth.
All right, we live on everything we got out here.
Oh,
So yeah, we live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We're recording and we about to be live on WAIF. So if I can have you join me, you got Black Evie going? All right, Black Evie, give me a mic check.
On that. You on there, Black Evie? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Hey, microphone check. 1 2 1 2.
All right, how your head feeling?
I'm good. I'm just in my little fog, but I'm good. I'm way better.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. For real.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. So we got.
You need a mic check. I left my stuff out there. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I've been ready. All right, Black Evie, be 2 minutes out.
Okay.
Today we're doing YouTube and Facebook from my laptops because I left my other equipment at the house. So I might start doing YouTube and Facebook from my laptops because um, the view is better. So when you looking at it, let me know what you think.
Yeah, your YouTube view, definitely. I noticed that when I, signed in. I was like, oh, okay, they got the widescreen. It's
Yeah.
a different chair. They keep giving me all these different chairs.
No, they keep switching stuff around. Okay, so hold up. Ooh, ooh. Thank God it's still on 8. Okay. All right, so we got 1 minute. Yeah, I'm thinking this way. All right. All right.
Billy Ann, that Java suit that's navy blue.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're not. She a little darker than me, but yeah, she a little darker
Hair
than me.
look black.
We got our head scarves. Okay, we.
Yes, Black EB. John Love is here.
That's nice. That's a nice Java suit, Billy Ann.
That part.
Okay, Ebony.
Okay. Why you say?
Cause you said Billy Ann.
We all on live.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know how
Okay.
you know how
All right, hold on. I
silly.
got to go live, y'all.
I turned everything on.
WAIF 88.3 FM. I'm not hearing anything right now. Why is that? WAI. It might be WAIF. Okay. We're starting off with some. Black Evie, give me a mic check. Okay, there you go.
You got it? Mic check,
Yeah.
mic check.
Yeah,
1, 2, 1, 2.
okay, y'all give me a mic check too.
Greetings, greetings.
Okay, now we in there. Okay. Sorry about that on the airways. WAIF 88.3 FM. I did at least get those call letters out, I believe. Had a little technical difficulty there, but we will not let Murphy's Law, nobody's law, stop us today. So let me get this statement out the way, get some breathing going on, and jump on into today's topic. So, WAIF is your community radio station. We serve only to open our airways to responsible, divergent points of view. Opinions expressed on the Getting to Know show do not reflect those of WAIF staff, board of trustees, other programmers. The opinions are my views, my callers' views, my guest views, and of course, my co-host views. So good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hello, Cincinnati and beyond, coming to you straight in your home and in your time zone. It's your girl, Mitri, back with my girl, John to my right, and my girl, Evie Remote in her outfit, her lovely lifestyle outfit. Everybody's in royal blue today, so we're going to have to put her in
I
the camera
think we
shot.
should put her right here so she could be heard.
Meow, meow.
Yeah, meow, meow, yeah, that part. So yeah, we're being crazy and corny right now, y'all. We've been away for a couple of weeks. So let's get caught up with some things. Just a brief statement. We were away for a couple of weeks, and I've been keeping you guys posted. We've been in the community doing outreach events. The things that we tell y'all about to go get help with, we're now being active in the community, bringing those resources to you guys, showing up at the exhibitions, passing out information, talking with you, and pointing you directly to the help right on spot at that time. So it will be some other Wednesdays. We may not be live in the studio, but we'll be live on location. We want to make sure that you guys are getting the information out there in the community. So we feel like we need to play a role being active in the community, bringing you that information hand on hand. And it's so wonderful meeting all you guys. You guys always support visually, listening wise, showing up, everything. I mean, yeah, I need another hour to just talk about that alone. But I don't have that hour, so I'm going to sneak a tidbit in here and tidbit in there. And I'll let you guys know what's coming up for April, too. And you always can visit the website. But before we go any further, People Plus Now is always Legal Solutions. And we want to get in the right frame of mind to get this information. So I'm going to let my sister Ja take it over. After Ja take it over, Black Evie can give a shout out for a minute. And then we're going to head on into this topic and get this conversation going. You ready?
Okay.
No question.
All right. You said that well. Greetings, everyone. It's another blessed day. We're above water, so let's give thanks. Let's try to do it better, do it right, because we have a second chance. So let's take a great advantage of that, of loving our Creator. All right, everyone. For those who are sitting down, I need for you all to sit up in a comfortable position. And for those who are laying down, I need y'all to shift yourself into a comfortable position so we could do some breathing today. And how we will be doing that is we're going to take 3 quick breaths, one at a time, through our nose, and then we're going to slowly exhale. So on the count of 3, we're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe in our nose. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Exhale. Okay, breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. All right, everybody, one more time. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Okay, everyone. Now I need y'all to shake that off a little bit. I hope that helped to open your minds, your hearts, free your souls, and know that you are enough. And let's love on ourselves, love on our neighbors, and love on our family and friends. Yeah, because that's what rules the world. Love, not the chaos. So now to Black Evie.
No pressure.
Let's hear what Miss Black
Hello,
Evie has to say.
everyone. I am so glad to be back on the show today, and so glad to have you guys joining us. I'm a little in the fog, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm going to hand the mic on over to Mitri.
That part. All right. Without further ado, we just gonna jump on into today's topic. It's kind of our regular recurring series about mental health. I love checking in with you guys every 4 to 6 weeks. I would like to do every week of the show something about mental health. So I do try to trickle it in there. But today we're going to be focusing on our mental health in depth a little bit and trying to reconcile what's going on in our lives right now that could be, you know, affecting that mental health. You do not have to have a mental health diagnosis for your mental health to be unhealthy. So learning about how you feel, how to express that, how to share that, how to translate or coexist with people, I should say, and not let that get you somewhere it shouldn't. Because triggers are triggers. So we're going to go over our seasonal triggers. We're going to go over some situational triggers. We're going to look at triggers for seniors. We're going to try to get into that. Family, children, and personal triggers. But we're going to see how far we can get down this list. And if we can't cover it all, we'll always come back to it. If you want to join the conversation, 513-961-8900. If you're out here viewing on any of the social media platforms, if you want to join the conversation, drop us a line in one of the comment sections, and Black Evie will be monitoring that. She's our moderator. So I want to just start with a statement and then kind of say, you know, what's going on with my life that I'm concerned about with mental health being triggered. Because I got a deep one. Okay, so let's read this statement first. So you guys who are regularly listening to the show, you've heard this before. And if you're new to the show, welcome, and you'll hear it now. And you'll hear a lot of repetitiveness because I'm trying to build new habits for us to recognize our mental health and able to cope with it. So the statement is mental health and navigating triggers. Navigating mental health triggers involves recognizing them and using coping strategies, which can vary depending on the trigger. For instance, seasonal and holiday triggers can be managed by planning ahead and setting boundaries, while family triggers may require setting boundaries for the loved ones. Children triggers often need specific support from a professional, while senior triggers may be linked to life changes or loss. Personal triggers can be identified by journaling and can be navigated through techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, and taking a break from the situation. And that's why we start off every show with like a reset with our breathing to bring us into our space. Let us become mindful of what our mission is, what we're focused on, what we're trying to deliver, relax our mind, heart, body, and soul, and be able to have a fruitful conversation that has vetted, viable solutions for whatever topic we're on. And today's topic is mental health. And it's important because it's always out there in everything that we do. So I want to go and fast forward to some personal triggers. And I think that might be what today's mental health talk will be mainly about. The other ones will be sprinkled in there because we do have to interact with our families. Um, but I want to share a situation. And Black Evie,
Yeah.
okay, I need you to, I'm trying to be mindful of time. So I'm going to share mine for 5 minutes. And then each one of us will share for 5 minutes. And then we'll get a dialogue going. So
Got it.
I want to hit this. So I'm going to share something that's personally going on with me right now. And I want to bring more awareness to um, ride share companies such as Lyft, Uber, all of those. So unfortunately, my car of 11 to 12 years, it decided it didn't want to start anymore. And I have to get it fixed. But I need to go to medical and physical health and mental health and pharmacy and things, which is covered by my insurance. Um, I went to an appointment back early in March, and I used my insurance transportation, which is fully covered. And it was a lot of things that went on that day that were really wrong. But I'm gonna really just focus on the lift because that's where my rights were trampled all over, and that's where discrimination reared its ugly head. And shockingly, when I got home, I'm gonna tell you how the story after what happened to me. I turned it on Channel 12 News here locally, and the same thing happened to another lady. And they own the show, but it had been pre-recorded because they interviewed her, and they was bringing awareness on who's spearheading with these rideshare companies discriminating against people who have service dogs. So I have a service dog for anxiety, PTSD, and bipolar. I have no problem with sharing that. You know, I lost my daughter. I was in the Navy. A lot of things went on in my life that caused me some mental health concerns. And I share that transparently to help everyone else. So after I lost my daughter, the service dog was the next logical thing for me to help me process through that. So she is my service dog. And just in case you don't know, a service dog does not have to have on a vest, be identified in any kind of way. And anybody who wants to question you about being in a public place about a service dog can only ask you two questions. Is that a service dog, and what is the dog trained to alert on? That's it. So those answers can be yes, and she's trained to alert on my anxiety. That's it. You have to give no more anything else past that. You cannot be discriminated in a public space, nor can you be discriminated from rideshare companies that are public transportation. That includes any type of rideshare company. So initially, I was almost discriminated against on my first ride. But when I got to the hospital and I was trying to go to my next two stops, and I called to have my ride share pick me up, the first one they said they didn't get that thing in the app. The second time I called with everybody on the line that was pertinent to my ride share um, transportation through my insurance, they called and set up a list for me. So the guy pulled up in the lift, took one look at me and my dog, said some things I ain't gonna repeat on the radio, and drove off and left me standing there. And it was in the hot sun. And fortunately, I didn't even realize how many witnesses I had in my peripheral because everybody came to my rescue like I saw that. Here's my info. That's wrong. So I do it again. Call the same rideshare people through my insurance because they pay for it. It's their account. And lo and behold, the next Lyft driver pulls up. I ain't taking your dog. Well, there ain't nobody tell me you had no dog. And bye. And left me stranded. Now we talking about at this point I've been stranded at the hospital in the sun for almost 4 hours. Which is definitely affecting my mental health and my physical health because now I'm scared. I don't know how I'm gonna get home. I know I have future appointments. I don't know how I'm gonna get to them. I don't understand why I'm being discriminated against. It is illegal, first of all, with Americans with Disabilities Act, and it is also against all of its own rules about with drivers. They're supposed to immediately deactivate these drivers and permanently terminate them from being able to drive Lyft again. So I know my 5 minutes is rounding out, and I'm gonna dabble into that a little more as far as I can go with it because I'm still processing through it. But I do want to bring awareness to that fact. So you're going to hear me talking a lot about Americans with Disabilities Act and how that protects anybody with any type of disability, especially in public spaces when it comes to a service dog. But there's other things to protect too. But the lady I watched on Channel 12, she had a service dog too, and she was actually blind. Now I'm not blind, my disability is different, but it doesn't matter. It's still a disability. And she was saying she waited home 2-3 hours just to get picked up. Sometimes she get dropped off, she don't know if she's gonna make it back. Same thing went on with me. So I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna pass the mic to Black Evie. The Black Evie gonna say something. She gonna pass it to Josh, and we gonna mix this up. See how we can get our mental health healthy, and how we can work through these things and not be discriminated or burdened by, and understand how not to let this overwhelm us because it has been overwhelming. So Black Evie, it's on you.
I'm so sorry that you're going through that, Mitri. That's a situation, and
Yeah, I agree.
I know that you're going to make sure that all parties are held accountable. I know
That
you.
boy, they gonna get the know. Okay,
Right?
yeah.
So to Black Evie and my mental triggers. Actually, for my triggers, I'm going to talk about my health. I'm going to talk about pain triggers. Um, so much to my health right now, but I'm going to start off with migraines. Um, 10 years ago, thanks to perimenopause, migraines were introduced into my life. And so I've been living with them for 10 years. And thought I had, you think you have a hold on them and you can manage, your pain and everything, but then other things happen. So a couple years ago, I was injured on my job. Got all kinds of things going on with the left side of my body, rotator cuff syndrome, a messed up trapezius muscle. Your trapezius muscle is your neck muscle. I have a tear in my inside of my body and my shoulder that the doctors are saying we're not going to fix it because it's not big enough. And then I have bilateral carpal tunnel syndrome, trigger finger, fibromyalgia. Now, migraines were there first, so all these things can trigger my migraine. On top of just living with migraine. For the past 2 weeks, Mitri and Ja, I have been dealing with migraine, and my migraines last 2-3 days. Yeah, it's a situation. So, I think that the trigger is just a conglomerate of things: pain, looking at screens, watching television, stuff like that. Those things are all triggers for my migraines. So I'm coming up out of one, y'all. I might sound a little, not so Black TV-ish, but that's in the fog because of, I'm coming out of a migraine. So my triggers lately have been my pain, and not lately, for the past couple of years, actually, the injury for a couple of years, and which triggered my migraine. So I'm just over here triggered out right now.
Mm.
I'm trying to make it.
With your trigger finger, right?
Hello.
I know I
And
said that
that's-
myself.
that's
I
real,
was
y'all.
under the table.
That's real. Let me tell you, trigger finger is real, and I thought all my life up until a year ago that only had to do with you loving to shoot a gun.
Mhm.
Trigger finger is real. So yes, it is a situation. So I'm dealing with it. Heat therapy, my migraine medication, pain medication. So all those types of things to manage my pain and try to get me back on track here. So that's where my mental health is.
Man,
Mhm.
how's your migraine doing now? First of all,
It's I'm babysitting it. It's not all the way gone, but I can I can function.
that's her dedication to getting to know y'all. She got a migraine, and she's sitting on the radio with us right now, talking, looking at all these screens, all that. I love you, Nisi Poo. I appreciate your dedication. If it does get too bad for you, we will understand if you have to exit the show. We really want you to stay, but we don't want you to be uncomfortable. Um,
Thank you. I love y'all too. I love getting to know. I love teaching.
yeah, we all love our girl Teasy Weezy, but yeah, she pulling some stuff together. Well, Ja, take us on out for this round to comments.
Okay. Well, Black Evie, just for future reference, if you could drink some herbal teas with the medication you taking, spearmint and peppermint tea would be good with some ginger. That'll help you
Okay.
with your headache.
Spearmint, peppermint, and ginger tea. I'm writing
Yes,
it down.
spearmint,
Thank you.
peppermint, some ginger. Yes, ma'am.
I got this
Put a little
ginger tea right
splash of lemon in it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wait a minute before you go on. Will she drink that hot or cold?
however she want it. Hot will suppress it quicker, I would think. But however she want it, drink hot tea. I believe that will help a little faster. But if you're thirsty, make some iced tea out of it too. You said it's a migraine, so it's something consistent. So if you stay consistent with drinking the same herbals, it's gonna work as your medication. And then
That
you
makes
probably
sense.
start, yeah.
Mhm.
So just
That
drink
is
it on a nice hot day, iced tea, sitting up watching TV on your computer, and then when you're ready to just relax your mind, like in a meditation style, drink you some hot tea. Drink you some hot tea in the morning and hot tea before bed for sure.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, TTT. Okay, see, ain't no doctor gonna tell you that. They just gonna peel you up. Thank you.
Ja got the tea for everybody. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I tried. But anyhow, um, oh, okay. What we speaking on is triggers. Well, I'm gonna be transparent here. I am in a very grateful, happy space, and some things that I do deal with, I deal with it. Do what I need to do and move forward with it. I deal with corporatonin in my hands, myself, my breast. Sciatica, nerve damage, my little hip and leg.
You know, sis.
But I'm well. I'm well. Give thanks. Give thanks. But speaking on them Ubers and Lyft, I really don't remember which one it was, but I know someone who had a bad experience in one of them. He's a foreigner. He was a foreigner. And one thing I don't like about that, and I know a lot of other people feel this way as well, we really don't understand what they're saying. And they are our director to get us to and from. And then don't let the person go off the map talking about what happened with this individual was they was in the back, how everybody be on their cell phone, thinking the Uber gonna get them straight to the door and forget it's an Uber or a Lyft, whatever transportation, you still gotta recheck. the young lady just happened to look up and notice she's off track. Now, where she's not familiar where she at. And then she looked up at the map and it was showing different. She tried to tell the driver, hey, you got to turn around. You're going the wrong way. And he starts speaking in his language. And so the young lady said, eyes, map, wrong way, turn around, trying to get direction. So she said, well, I'm about to jump out the car. You understood that, so you locked the door?
Yeah, you understand English when you want to.
Yeah. But anyhow, as I was saying, the young lady was able to protect herself and got to where she needed to be, and she reported it. And come to find out later on, this particular person still driving Uber because no harm was really done.
And therein lies the problem. We put ourselves, and it's dangerous for the Uber drivers and the riders. But the foreign part that you just said right there, I left out the first part of my ride when they came and got me from my house. When they initially came and got me from my house, it was a different ride share company. And it was more like a medical transport one. So this young lady pulls up, who's obviously not American, but she does speak English very well. So she sees my dog and she goes into her panic mode. Oh, I'm so scared and all this. So then I'm like, well, this is a service dog. You can't. I should have known what something was gonna happen for real, because this is the beginning of the trip. So she freaks out and she calls her upline right there in front of me on her cell phone, and she begins to tell him the story about my dog, like you just said, in a foreign language. I was livid. I recorded that and everything. When she got off the phone, I let her have it. No, actually, I let her have it while she was on the phone with him. I was like, you cannot sit in my face and speak in a foreign language. You could be talking about grab her, kill her, and put her in a dumpster. That is very disrespectful. If you're around your customers, don't go off to the side speaking in a different language. That is completely disrespectful, unacceptable, and everything. That has really made me mad. I can't use the word I really want to use because I get in trouble on the airways, but y'all know what word I'm talking about when you mad. And it's not really a cuss word, but it do start with a P. But I'm not going to say that word. But that's how mad I was at that particular time. But so when they decided that, hey, maybe we don't need to discriminate against her, they gave in and took me for the ride. Now, I got there safely, and from that point forward, with getting to my appointment, she became my new best friend. So I think they figured out the error of their way, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, your dog is so cute. What's your dog's name? Can I pet her?" All of this extra, right? So I'm like, you know what? Miss me with that. So if it had just, I can't say that word. If it had just been at that point, I was just gonna leave all of it alone. But then when I called, here's how the rest connect to it. So when I got out of my appointment, it's a thing in your app on your phone. You can call will call. That means you will call when you're ready. So I did the app, right? And I'm waiting for like 51 minutes. No one comes. So I call my insurance and they call the transportation provider. And then they tell me that they didn't get the stuff in the app and the app didn't doing A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I did what I was supposed to do, and I'm sitting out here waiting in the sun, in the heat, and it's just going on and on and on. And that was at the beginning. So that's how Lyft even got involved, because I had Lyft through them before too, but they're like, well, let's just get you a Lyft. Let's just sort you out to somebody else. And then that's when the Lyft nightmare started. And that's when I ended up being up there for like 4 hours, missing where I had to go next, because by the time I did get the Lyft, I was too late to go do what I needed to go do at my next stop. So for me, it's just like you triggered me with that when you said that, sis, because that is a whole nother, that's a whole nother level of concern. Like, I feel like, and I'm going to be transparent here, I don't have anything against foreigners. I'm not trying to kick them all out the country like Trump is. But if you're in this country and you're doing business and with a consumer, a customer, anything, and they speak one language, you need to speak only that language when you're in their presence about what's going on with them and what that transaction or whatever that interaction looks like. You need to stay dedicated to a language that everybody can understand, because that was so rude, very, very rude, and I don't even like that. And
with me, like, when you call in these places with these 1-800 numbers and stuff, you can't never get nobody on the phone. You either get AI or you either get somebody that's in India trying to talk to you with this heavy accent. And that makes me mad too because, like, I can't even understand what you're saying because your accent is so heavy and they outsourcing everything out overseas. Like, we have people in America that need them jobs that can eat and you can pay them a worthy wage to be able to survive. There's so many levels of stuff that go on here, and then like there's no more etiquette or ethics or anything in the workplace anymore. So you just get what you get. People don't communicate correctly. They don't even dress appropriately, and asking them to do their job, that's like asking them to jump off a cliff. Like, oh, now you want me to do my job, my work, where I get paid for it? Oh, you want to know where the soap is? Oh, it's down there by the detergent. And they're gonna point it out to you, way off in the store somewhere, while they stay on their phone texting or got the Bluetooth in their ear. That is a common thing. So my point right here is this: we got to do something about this, y'all, because what happened to me was discrimination. There is no other way around it. My rights was all trampled over. But this seems to be the trend and be acceptable, especially with all the social media stuff. There's no social interaction amongst people anywhere because everybody's on something with their fingers. You need your body in the presence of other people so you know how to communicate. You need to know your job. You sign an arbitrary agreement when you sign up with these companies to do A, B, C, and D. You have to be held accountable, responsible, liable. You got people getting out here saying, I've been sick since that whole incident. I end up going to ER and everything. I'm not going to go too much further into it, but about the details on that particular level, because I think I laid it out enough for you guys, but I will keep you posted because I'm taking this all the way on many different levels. For one, definitely. Oh, PSA. All right. I got to do that PSA. But
I'll come back to that.
Right. All right. Before this slips my mind, and then we'll go to the PSA. Definitely get in the know. It's going to get in the know about making sure that everybody is protected, especially with ADA rights and laws. Now, we got to go to my little buddy and pray that he act right. So let's see if we can find out about our little buddy here. We're doing our PSA. It is not plain. We're coming with the PSA. Give me a second. Y'all don't need me saying. I'm going to get kicked out there. There you go.
Longhorn beetle is an invasive.
Oh, your best buddy.
Oh, I love my Asian longhorn
Once
beetle.
again.
I ain't heard him in a while. Yeah, we've been missing. Yes.
Want to give him Savannah?
Give who?
Savannah.
Our trees. It burrows inside, where it literally eats our trees.
Is this go back? Oh, wow. Okay.
In perfectly round holes. Lots of these beetles mean lots of holes. Holes.
Disco Dave, Black Beauty, say hello.
Oh, hi, Black Beauty. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. And you?
Doing fine. Just getting over a cold. Crazy weather again.
Help keep our trees
Oh,
safe.
goodness. Me too. Last week I had
Asian
one.
longhorn beetle.
Sucks.
Nope, that would put a hole in our tree population.
So everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, and Asian longhorn beetles gonna eat through your house.
Asian longhorn beetle.
I love this commercial. So it's not commercial.
You know how that sound?
The Asian longhorn beetle.
You said
lives in our
these
trees.
beetles will eat through your house. I love this commercial.
Longhorn beetle is destroying our trees. Literally.
My man wasn't even
I
going
ain't
that
that like
direction.
I meant to I love the information about learning about the Asian longhorn beetle and what he can do. I'm sorry. That came out all wrong. All right, we're gonna turn them off and go back live. All right. We're back on the mic in the 88.3 FM. That's my buddy, the Asian longhorn beetle. I love the Asian longhorn beetle's informational, advice about knowing about the trees and how they can eat through the trees and the trees can fall on your house and all that. And where I live at, I believe I've seen this bug before. And actually, it is really an interesting. It's like it looked like it got little armor on. Like I wouldn't even want to
The
mess.
long black leg
Yeah,
with the black, kind of like a ladybug shell.
yeah,
Look
just
similar
ready to
that.
fight.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that what it was until you mentioned it.
I ain't know what it was till I pulled out one of these PSAs. Yeah, I learned. They got us in the know.
But you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, getting back to these rides.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't ride Uber or Lyft too much, and the experience that I did have riding with them were good experience, you know. And from the information that I have received is when you go onto the map, somewhere on that map, when y'all request for a ride, it's a 911 button on there. Y'all can hit the button, check into that. I'm not too for sure because I don't have a Uber or a Lyft app on my phone. I can't tell you that, but check into that. And that way you on your trip and you feel uncomfortable, something going on or whatever, hit that button and they will locate you, especially if you have on your locator, your location. You got to have that on to be located by anyone.
And I suggest riding around with that at least with one person connected to you if you're using these rideshare companies.
Yeah. I was going to say that as well. But great minds think alike.
That one right there.
Yeah, and I heard it's a app that they have as well. I'm not for sure if it's Uber or Lyft, but you could get on a family plan.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some freebies. I think you can do it through WhatsApp. There's a lot of stuff out there. We'll cover that on another show, like being connected to your family and playing it safe.
Right. But I was saying that so the family could stay connected, especially on location. You know somebody getting in a ride, even though they didn't tell you, you could still see it and it could be on your phone. Just in case anything go wrong, 3-4 people got it on their phone, has their location, the information about the ride, and was not even aware that they was getting in a ride.
Right.
So I'm speaking on that to say that because I don't know how it networks.
And then y'all remember back in the day when you used to catch the yellow cab or a bootleg, it wasn't even about all that.
No, it wasn't.
You could call. Only thing you had with the bootleg was you had to call and code. Like, yeah, what you doing? I'm up here by the Kroger. I was on my way downtown. Yeah, I'm over here by Corbin. What you doing? I'm all right. You know, I'll be over that way in about 10 minutes. I remember you used to have to always talk in code. That was the only thing we had to do. But nobody getting all these extra things on them or anything. In fact, my mom, my dad, and my grandfather, back in the day, they had a cab stand. They used to do it, yellow cab. But I was real little, so I vaguely remember it. But I remember that big old yellow cab in the backyard in the garage. But now these are things. It's crazy. These are a thing. Black Evie, before we go any further, how you feeling?
Sorry, how about what?
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay over here. I'm still here.
Okay. Okay, so what I want to do now, we kind of laid out some really big facts about what this going on in our immediate life right now. I want to talk about a little bit more in depth, like we just did in our little circle, about how we've been processing through this. Because for me, it's been a very big roller coaster of a road, but I have support. So I have support with these two ladies on the show, family support, significant other support, and each and everybody plays a role. Spiritual support, all of this, because initially, when you get discriminated against, and it just seemed like these last 2 years, we have been in a situation where we keep getting discriminated against, and I have never had that happen to me like that. And with the dog and being left behind and stranded, it really triggered like the reason why I have the dog. And it took my anxiety to a whole new level because I was uncertain. So I kind of isolated myself because I didn't trust anything at that point. And that's not safe because that made me start thinking about other things. And I wasn't processing information in a safety way for me because I had been hugely triggered mentally and physically. So what I had to do, the people around me, every last one of them, including these two ladies, in one way or another, they reached out to me. They understand. They may not understand everything that's going on, but they understand, that something needs to be addressed because it's like a safety plan at that point. So for me, when I get to certain levels of being triggered, and that was a big one, I really need to go deviate to one of my three safety plans. And I got like three therapists, so you can't never have enough safety plans or therapists. And I wish I had got there a little bit sooner than what I did, but I was afraid. I was afraid like I couldn't trust people, and especially when it came to my medical stuff, because I felt like, I'm telling you all this business about what's going on with me medically, and for a ride that you don't even need to know all this information. I don't even have to tell you I even have a service dog. It's against the law. You would just trample over everything about me, and it's costing me mentally, physically, and financially. And it really started making me scared, like literally scared, like uncertain. Yeah, because I wasn't certain, like, how am I get to this appointment? Can I trust this process? What's next after this? Everything's a big uncertain thing, and that's part of the process I'm going through now. So y'all know on every level that I need to go through this process, I'm going through it, but it's still a process because it's a process to report this. And the process of reporting this can be strenuous, especially when you have the culprit, the bad guy, playing games, thinking that because they're a big company, they got all this money, that they're just gonna be able to just try to play games with you to the point where you don't want to go forward no more because they try to be so specifically doing the same things over and over and over. Some people just be like, forget it. But that's not me. I feel like I feel now. I'm going through aches and pains and stress. I'm not gonna just stop here. You did something to me. You rocked my world. I'm still uncertain right now how I'm gonna get all these things done. Because other people around me, they got lives too. They got things to do too. And y'all help me, but again, you like with you was gonna help me, but then something happened with you. So I should be able to sustain that through this insurance that I got. But I would say this for me, and I'll move on to one of you guys. Um, what's important about me getting through this is, first of all, admitting to myself how I really feel and how much it's really affecting me. Um, that's to me, that's part of being very mindful about and aware about your mental health. No matter if you got a diagnosis or not, you get left in the hot sun 3 times with your service dog illegally, your mental health gonna be rocked. Okay, you're going to be affected, and I don't even want to say it like that, but that's fact. So me recognizing, where I was and am with that is key, and then I can strategize a plan and figure out which safety plan I need to go to be able to navigate through that. So with the support of family and friends and stuff, I'm working through it. I got some different things that I'm doing according to my safety plan that work for me, and it involves specific steps and awareness. And what I would like to do is, some show we need to go over on how to write a safety plan. I think everybody kind of needs some type of get out of a situation that's stressful hard, like Monopoly, get out of jail card, but you ain't in jail. You just entrapped in your mind. Because sometimes you just, yeah, mental jail. And again, you don't need no medical diagnosis to be in this jail. Because you can get there any kind of way. Look, Black Evie, she's stuck in jail right now, physically because of her migraine. All kinds of things is triggering that. Her migraine with the weather, with her trigger finger, her injury at the job, or her big back, all that, you know.
See,
She scared that one in.
Look,
Yeah.
let me.
I'm
Like you be just as petite as I am.
Dimitri,
Yeah, I'm gonna that was your cue.
okay. You know, in support of what you're speaking of, the claims process of a situation. Um, right now, I am in a workers' comp battle. I just had to put that on ice or let it cook on ice. I don't know, but I had to let that breathe for a minute. Coming back to it though, um, and I'm going through a Social Security battle as well.
Mhm.
So, to your point, just the claims process alone, having a documentation, knowing, where to locate these applications, knowing how to complete those applications. As Mitri said, there are all these systems are set up for you to give up.
Ooh,
And they are.
I like that.
They are.
They are.
Yes.
We are going through that
Mhm.
one way or
They are
another.
set up for you to give up. And
Preach.
if you don't have the wherewithal, you will give up, right?
Mhm.
Luckily, I found that way because I was almost at the give up point with the workers' comp case, but I found the way to just put it on ice for a year and get back to it without having to go through the whole, claims process again. So I did put that on ice, but the the Social Security case, and going through the claims process, I turned all my stuff in, did the application, and months later, okay, they're looking at my stuff and they're going through my stuff. I turned everything in down to the mental health evaluation. They tell me they don't accept that, so I have to go through one of their mental health evaluations. So last Friday, I did so. And when I say I was a basket case, and I didn't even know it, I mean, I didn't know that I was going to turn into a basket case on this little 1 hour call. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't control my emotions. But that's because, you know, you walk around and you try to be so strong all the time. And my husband, he's my Superman. But at the same time, I don't want to put so much on him, especially with, how I'm really feeling. Um, because he's taking care of me. He's helping to take care of me right now through this. So I can't put that on my caretaker. So in that call, I just lost it, which let me know, where I really am. So, check in with yourself. I say all that to say check in with yourself. You got to do that. Sit down and talk to self. Hey, am I okay right now? What's really going on? How, as Mitra said, make you a plan. Make you write some stuff down. Do something to try to relieve the stress even of the mental state that you're in. And a lot of times when you sit down and you write out things, be it a plan or just a journal, as Mitra said, it helps you so much because you can organize things better, your thoughts, what you're really going through, what you need to do from there. So, make a plan. Make a plan, write some things down to help uh, uh, alleviate some stress that you're going through. And to that, Ja,
Mm-hmm.
Can I slide in here for 1 second?
Sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay. Black Evie was saying that she had to go to the Social Security to do an assessment with her mental health, right? And one of my things was when I went to the doctor, they do that assessment yearly through my insurance, and they ask you all these questions about how you feel about life, are you suicidal, what's bothering you, and they go down a list of stuff that by the time they finish with these questions, you super depressed. So one thing was, I was like, quit asking me these yearly questions on this physical, and you're doing absolutely nothing about it. And then after you ask me these questions, Guess what they want to do next? Take my
What?
blood pressure. I'm like,
Yeah.
you should have did that first. So I have learned, to your point, like you melt down, like you said, Black Evie. Yeah, because they hit you with all these questions that you don't usually address with people, especially if you're black. You know, we grew up with the hush mouth syndrome. We ain't talking about all that. You better man up, hold it up. You know, I don't want to hear all that whining, but that's not realistic. So I've learned that, like, if I'm in situations with doctors or agencies or whatever, if we about to go down this road of questions, then I need a plan to be able to recover from that, because them questions really get you going for real. That's all I really wanted to say. She just triggered something, but
That's right. And I was gonna speak on that.
Triggers.
yeah.
I was gonna speak on that, and that's what the topic is basically about: triggers. And you identifying your triggers, you know, especially for the moment that what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was gonna speak on that myself, because half of them questions they ask you, they re-ask you in a different way. All they trying to do is getting you stirred up, getting you upset, so you can say anything just so they'll leave you alone, and or for you to tell the whole truth because you're so discouraged. So yeah, everything a mind game. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And after them long phone calls, woo! I understand. Don't nobody bother you. Don't say nothing to me. Go breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Before you do anything else, sit there and breathe. For what I do for myself is like, okay, I feel good about that. It's gonna go in my favor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna know it, so I don't get so discouraged on how these people was being a butthole, or
Right.
whatever, however you want to say it.
Well, we want to use some other words, but
Yeah,
we can't.
being a white. But anyhow, but yeah, that's one way of trying to cope with it and not discourage yourself about it.
Mm-hmm.
And for myself, when I get upset and trigger, if it's a nice day, I'm outside hugging a tree, walking in the grass, planting my feet on the ground, getting that natural energy, absorbing that energy, talking to my tree. I may sound crazy or whatever, but for those who are, you know, spiritual and godly and overstanding of life, yeah, go plant your feet. Go sit out in the
Nature.
sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm a nature person, period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I love the trees, and just sit there and breathe. Enjoy the air. And even when you're not feeling good, if you could go outside, get some of that air. You know, that can help unclog you sometimes. Just being out in the sun with the vitamin D
Mm-hmm.
help give you that energy, absorb some of that. And for me, it really works. It really works. You know, but everybody's mindset is different in different places. They deal with things different. That's the reason why we all is one individual. We all have our own blueprint, our own fingerprint. Ain't no one alike. So we do need to stop getting upset because someone else is not thinking like you thinking, because we all think different but similar. You know, so triggers gonna be different for each and every one. Take a step back, take a few deep breaths, and realize this ain't my problem. This is their situation. But let me calm down because it don't have anything to do with me. Let me calm down. Let me relax. And then not only that, when they saying that, it could be you projecting yourself off of them, and it's something you should work on, or something that's deep down inside of you that you need to address. So pay attention to that as well, because triggers can go many ways, and people could run with it in many ways. It depends on that person mental, where they at mentally, or their mindset. So to keep myself at peace, ain't got nothing to do with me, but can I help you with it?
Mm-hmm.
Or I say, let me go this way. before the triggers run off,
Let me get in my
on
lane.
me.
Yeah,
Yes.
you gotta know when to hold up, fold up, walk away, and run. You definitely gotta know when to do that.
Build your boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we down to 7 minutes, and I want to get through some things. Um, First, I want to shout out this radio station again, do another PSA. We will be in our fall member-thon starting March the 20th. If you guys want to support and keep us all on the air for another 50 years, you can do that by going to waifradio.org. Hit that donation tab. And if you do $25 or more, you get some trinkets from Waif. And if you put Get in the Know as the show you want to get credit, guess what? You get a trinket from me. And all you got to do is get your trinket from Getting the Know. Once you make that donation of 25 or more, just go over to Get in the Know, GiTK.org. And once you go there, just drop that in my contact form, our website contact form, with a screenshot that you made the payment. Just a receipt enough so I know you paid it. I don't need your personal business. But I need you guys to continue to support WAIF radio because we've been out here for 50 plus years. Me, John Love, and Black Edie all grew up on this station, and we are diverse. We get a lot of messages out. We have a lot of fun, and we're not going nowhere. I'm gonna be here till my last breath. So with this breath I got now, I'm trying to give us all some time to do at least a 30 second to a minute takeaway. But today's takeaway from this topic we having right now, the triggers and recognizing and how to navigate through them. I'm gonna read another statement that we can reflect upon until we meet again, and we'll start building a safety plan and assessing things even more. So this was just like the rollout of this. It's going to build itself as it goes. So y'all stay tuned. So this is the takeaway from what we've been talking about today. Specific types of triggers and how to navigate them. Seasonal and holiday triggers. You can just simply plan ahead. Like know what, potential stressors, and you know that money is going to be funny because you're going to be with family during those holidays, seasons and stuff. And make sure that you have a support friend if you need to call them, or somebody that you can call to just decompress. Now, family triggers, set boundaries. So unless you live alone, you with family in some kind of way. Communication with your family is key. Let them know your limits. Let them know when you need a me time. Let them know when you can't talk about something. Just give me a minute to reflect, and then we can come back, with more level heads. We're gonna really get into that one even more deep when we do this relationship stuff. But keep that in mind. Different people dealing with different things. Senior triggers. Our senior citizens, y'all, we gotta check on them and let them know we love them. And their biggest triggers is like losing contact with their family when they get older. And if we keep living, we're gonna be a senior one day. So remember that because we're gonna need somebody too. Now, children triggers. Now that is a specific area because children are growing and they learning and they're exploring life. And if you see a concern with your child, definitely get some outside help. Seek professional help and leave an open line of communication with your child. And make sure you checking in with your child to make sure, and it's not something direct in your home, in school, at church, somebody doing something to them, because that's a special little area there. Them children are, they don't have the strength we have as an adult, and they're learning. And these children can get abused at a young age, and then they become an abuser themselves. So personal triggers are why I ended today. You can trigger yourself if you don't know who you are. Okay? You got to be able to care for yourself. You got to know when to stop and take a breather. You got to know when to write down what you're about to do so you don't get overwhelmed at the grocery store and now you on every hour. You don't even know what you want, and all you needed was some toilet paper, but now you got $700 worth of groceries. Get to know you. So I'm going to put together a series, me and the ladies are, where we can start making our safety plans, becoming more self-aware, and doing more self-care, and definitely being mentally more aware of what's going on with us and the people that we love around us. So I'm on. That's my takeaway from the day for the day. Black Evie and Jolly, y'all got about at least 45 seconds to give a takeaway. So
Well, mine's gonna be quick and simple. And another thing that works for me to help me to overcome my triggers and issues and problems, because life be life in this, I pray every day.
preach.
You got to pray every day. You got to be obedient to the best of your ability. You know, it depends on where you want to be and who you want to be, and you knowing yourself, as Mitri say. So, saying that, peace, love, and light to each and every one of y'all. Stay blessed. Try to stay focused and serve your purpose. And one of them is living, praying, and doing your best.
That's why I'm like,
Pass
yeah.
it on.
All right. So
The
Black Evie
end.
gonna go out like this. I'm gonna give just a few key daily practices for mental wellness. Okay, because I think after this conversation, it definitely supports. Prioritize your sleep and your physical health. Connect with others. Practice mindfulness and relaxation. Set boundaries and goals. I'm gonna say that again. Set boundaries and goals.
Preach.
Limit negative influences. I'm gonna say that again. Limit negative influences. All right.
Preach.
And seek professional help. All right. Don't let it get all out of hand, and then you be like, "Oh my God, I gotta do something like me, my best case self." Seek professional help. When you feel that, you seek that. Okay. And on that note, Black EP out.
And don't, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Was you about to say something? Oh, okay. Yeah, don't be shameful to seek professional help. If you have someone in your life that would tell you don't do that, maybe you need to get them out of your life.
Yeah.
Because it's no shame. I've been seeking professional help for the last 43 years. And it's work. Don't get me wrong. It's a work in progress. You're never going to be the best you can be. You'll never achieve that. And if you think you did, then you lost because you can always improve. So on that note, if you guys want to know more about these resources we just shouted out, you guys can go to Get in the Know, GiTK.org. Go to the help page. We just revamped it and everything, made it a little bit user friendly, easy, and just go down the list of things that's out there and see what you see and see what may work for you. If you have a specific need, go to Get in the Know, GiTK.org, that same website, and just go to the help tab for the help, but go to the contact tab and put a contact form in, and it'll go directly to me, to us. Yeah, so it's time to wrap it on up. This is WAIF 88.3 FM. I'm a little long-winded today, but I do love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the next programmer. Until then, peace, love. Peace. We off this airways. Okay. So we still on
That shut down a minute ago.
I know I don't know what that thing was over there a lot.
You're not on TikTok.
No, it shut down for some unknown reason, which I don't even know why, but we about to find out.
When it shut down?
A couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A few.
It's time. It's for an hour. That's why we went.
Oh, you probably.
I think it automatically does that on for TikTok.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Okay, well then.
You're still on Facebook and YouTube over here.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here looking and listening because I'm not a social media person, but I will engage, especially since my host is doing these shows on the FaceTime, YouTube, and TikTok.
TikTok, Facebook,
yeah,
YouTube.
And as the best friend of mine, we doing this together. And my niecey Pooh, Black Evie.
Hey, we got a rep for our people. Yes, definitely.
Get it
Good
enough?
show, y'all. Good show.
Great show.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
three.
I think everybody know our business now, but
They do.
yeah.
They do.
And if y'all have any ideas of which I would like to speak on,
let us know.
yeah, let us
Yeah.
know.
We're about to end these live streams, though. We'll be out there present with some more info for y'all. So buy Facebook, buy YouTube for now. Let's see. And that one. I always have to put the buttons in.
Thank you. Bye bye.